Do the Portuguese pronounce the letter O at the end of words? Well,
barque,
Barco.
Hola, I'm Carla from Portuguese with Carla, and today we'll be discussing a question, well, actually a statement that a lot of my students make when they tell me that the Portuguese, myself included, do not pronounce the O at the end of words. Now, do we pronounce the O at the end of words or not? The answer is yes, with a few exceptions. The reason why you think, or you may think, that we don't pronounce the O at the end may be because your teacher or the apps you're learning from are overly pronouncing the words, okay? And that's quite common. We do that. I do that when I'm teaching, when I'm saying the words in a very slow way, just to emphasize the sound of each letter in Portuguese, okay? But notice if you hear the word like this, for example, the word for very or much is muito, and if you hear it on an app like muito, you clearly hear the O, or if you see the word, you see the O. But then in real life, how do the Portuguese say it? Muito. Then you tell me, you didn't say the O at the end. Did I? I did. But what happens is there's a vowel reduction here, okay? There's a weakening of the vowels, so it's a much shorter U at the end of the word. And what I'm going to do is give you examples of very similar pair of words, okay? So each word will either end with an E or an O. And hopefully you'll know that an E at the end of words is silent unless there's a diacritic over it. So let's look at the first example. Mude. Mude. Entre. Entro. One more example. Disse. Disso. Did you notice the shape of my mouth as I said each pair of words? Entre. Entro. One more example. Disse. Disso. When I said the E ending words, my lips were a little bit more stretched. And when I said the O ending words, my mouth had that shape for a U, right? So what you can do when you read a Portuguese word like muito, or any of those words, just make sure that you do that shape, even if you don't actually say the sound. But by doing the shape of the U like that, with your mouth or with your lips, you force the sound to come out that way, okay? It's very subtle, but it's there, okay? A Portuguese person will know if you are deliberately not pronouncing the O at the end. So let's look at a few more examples, okay? And you can try and say it along with me. Entende, entendo. Livre, livro. Marque, marco. So that was standard Portuguese for you. So let's talk about the exceptions. There are regions in Portugal where the Portuguese do not pronounce the O at the end. So you are partially right. And Madeira is one of those places. So I have a list of words that end with the letter O, and we're going to have my mother-in-law say them and myself, and pay attention to the way we both pronounce each word, okay? Pay attention to the differences, especially the O at the end of each word.
gelado,
Gelado,
tempo,
tempo,
copo,
copo,
vento,
vento,
aeroporto,
aeroporto,
médico,
médico. Did you catch the differences? Hopefully you did. Now, another exception is there are situations where we do miss out the O, or often we do. And it doesn't matter where we come from, which area in Portugal we come from. And that will depend on the context or the word that follows the O ending word. So if the following word was to start with a vowel, then we will have the tendency to cut off the O, to miss out the O. Okay, so let me give you an example. And the first example I want to give you is the compound noun for breakfast. Okay, so what I mean by compound noun is a noun or a name of something that is made up of two words hyphenated. So the word is pequeno almoço. We don't tend to say pequeno almoço or pequeno almoço, but we say pequeno almoço, pequeno almoço. So you can see that the A kind of got in the way of the O. Another example, o carro é bonito. So if I was to say it slowly, I would pronounce it, o carro é bonito. But because of that é, I will bring that é together with carro, and the O is so weak that it will go, o carro é bonito. O carro é bonito. Now, we've prepared an audio exercise for you to practice and learn how to pronounce the O-ending words just like a native does. And to get access to that, just go to portuguesewithcarla.com/letter O. Até já!